fly okay on Sunday? I think I slept every second. I usually can't, but for some reason, leaving Fort Collins at 5 in the morning or whatever, I guess. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the next to volleyball just returned from playing Colorado State and Wyoming. This week they're at home playing Boise State and Utah State. Our match Thursday against Boise State is being streamed on Wash Stadium and is also being broadcast on television. We'll have details in a further press release.
Good. I guess. Sure. Welcome. We had probably our toughest road trip of the year this week, and I think we played very well in both matches. Obviously, we lost at CSU, but with our young team, I felt like they handled it really well. They had a huge crowd and very noisy, and I think our team played pretty well, and I think it helped prepare us for Saturday's match at Wyoming, which was also packed, and it's very tight there, and we handled it really well, and every time they pushed, we answered back, and so it was overall a good road trip for our group. I think CSU is extremely physical, and we've got to prepare a little better for when they come back here, but we were able to score points, we were able to run points, and I think we can prepare and make a better run at them as we get more experienced in the conference. Wyoming is a good team. They I think overscheduled a little bit in the preseason, but it was a good win up there. They had beaten UNLV on Thursday night, and it's been traditionally one of our toughest places to play, and I thought we played really well, really steady. Had our highest team hitting percentage for a match in years, hit like .390. For those of you that don't know volleyball, that's like a batting average. So it's figured out almost the exact same way. So that's as a team. We had 4 players over 350, including Lauren Tweedy, who was the conference offensive player of the week again this week. She had 25 kills in 3 games, which is a school record in the modern era and ties the school record all time for kills in a 3-game match. Every once in a while you get in the zone and everything you touch seems to find the floor, and she was there after, she had 20 kills after 2 games, which 20 kills in a whole match is amazing. So, and after game 1, she had 10 kills with no errors, and she finished the match with 25 and only 2 errors. So it was pretty spectacular to watch, and but the good thing is it wasn't just her. Carson Halborn, our setter, Wyoming is where she injured her knee last year. We were afraid she'd be pretty nervous up there. She actually stepped up and looked really good and probably played her best match of the year, and said she just had kind of prepared for it. And she played well. Both of our middles played well, big numbers. And then Carly Bedingfield on the right side played really well. I think another boost for us was our freshman Haley Rubino, who's really a good player. She didn't play Thursday night, but she has the broken foot, but she was allowed to play back row on Saturday and played very well, led our team in digs, and after being out for a couple weeks, and just did a really nice job and served really great for us. So it was nice to have her back in there, and I think she'll be able to continue in the back row and hopefully in a couple weeks start hitting again. As Mike said, our match on Thursday nights on television, which I think is great. And our group, Lobo TV, and people that work with us do a great job of producing stuff, so that'll be great for our fans and our volleyball community. We play Boise. They're led by Maddie Osborne, who was the defensive player of the year last year in the conference, and Sierra Nobley, who was the overall conference player of the year last year in the conference. They were picked second. They've played well so far, but we feel like it's a match, if we prepare well for that, we can really go after, and kind of like the Wyoming one on Saturday. And so we're going to be really focused on Thursday night and having a great match, getting people out and just having some great volleyball over at Johnson Gym. Saturday we play Utah State. They're kind of the surprise team of the conference, along with us probably right now. They're playing really well, doing some good things, have a number of players putting up really good numbers in the conference stats. So after Thursday, we'll have a lot to look at there too. But this is only our second time at home this season, so we're really happy to be home, and I think our players are excited about it. And you know, they just keep getting better. So I'm excited about what they do moving forward. I still am hesitant to get overamped about it because we're so young, but I think they're doing really good things, and I'm really proud of what they're doing at this point. On another note, our beach team has their annual golf tournament on Monday out at Isleta. If anyone's interested in playing, they can call the volleyball office and talk to Elsa Krieg. On that note, any questions?
So, Coach, you were saying that you've got two teams. Which one do you think is really going to give you the most challenge?
Well, I think Boise is, just because of their experience level and the really high level of a few of their players. But Utah State is, like I said, kind of like us, the surprise team of the conference this year, and playing good ball. And so I think, you know, we've got to be prepared every night. And I think after CSU, it's a kind of a crapshoot. And, you know, I think we can come out on top of that if we just keep getting better. And so far, that's what I'm seeing. And, you know, hopefully we can grind it out on the tough nights, but keep getting better and having some really spectacular nights, too.
And kind of a follow-up, you had mentioned Sierra Nobley. Do you feel like with how well Lauren is doing that she's maybe a match for someone like Sierra?
I think as Lauren's just a sophomore, and as she gets more and more consistent, yeah, she's a high flyer. She's 6'2" on top of that. Her game is really well-rounded. She plays, she passes, she plays good defense. She's a very good blocker. Yeah, so I mean, and that's where nobody's been that way all the way through. She's going to break Chantel Riddle's record for kills all time in the conference this year, and she's had an amazing career there, and someone you always have to prepare for. She'll get, you know, if they set 120 balls, she'll get 50 of them. I mean, that's the kind of impact she has on the match, and that's where your focus has to be with that team, is handling that. But the other side of it, Maddie Osborne, she's such a good defender that she keeps them in plays, and they grind out points that they probably shouldn't get, but she just makes plays and keeps them in plays. And so they do some nice things. It'll be a real challenge.
When you talk about the crowds, is Colorado State and Wyoming, are they like this? Do they play like in a Johnson Gym type
No,
thing?
no. Well, Johnson Gym is, I mean, that's a 5,000 seat facility. That's a,
Well, it's better to play in a smaller facility if you're getting
Well,
2,000.
Wyoming plays in the smallest facility. They sell it out for our games, but it only seats like 900 people.
Okay.
But they put, it's probably as big as this room, and they put the band right where you're serving, and they do it right. I mean, they put a lot of pressure on you, but I think it's a good place to play. And
Colorado State plays in Moby then?
yeah, they do. And you know, CSU is a different animal. They take care of volleyball up there. It's treated like women's basketball or men's basketball. I mean, you go up there, they're on commercials, they're doing all kinds of things, and they spend the money on it. And you know, you're seeing that more and more in the Big Ten schools. I mean, I watched 3 matches this weekend. Every one of them were sold out at Big Ten schools. I mean, there aren't a lot of other sports doing that. I mean, I watched Wisconsin play Michigan in Randolph Fieldhouse, and it was sold out. And I watched Minnesota play Michigan State. They've actually taken over the old ice hockey arena there, sold out. I mean, it's just great matches. Nebraska, every match is sold out. So athletic directors and administrators in those conferences are really figuring out that we can be a viable sport, and they're doing a really good job getting people out, promoting it. And throughout the Big Ten, I would say Big 12, Pac right now, they're really filling arenas and doing great things with volleyball. I mean, all 4 of our regionals last year in the NCAA tournament were sold out. So it's an exciting time for sure. And we're starting to see that. Like Boise State plays in a small facility, but but they're pre-selling and selling. I mean, it only seats about 1,500, but they're selling it out, which is really exciting because hopefully then they'll move them to something better. So, anything else? Awesome. Have a good week. No trip on the course.